Welcome in, friends, to another month of stories. This is the month of February, and I have some sweet, tender stories prepared for you. Let's get into the introduction of this week's story. In the South, love doesn't always come wrapped in roses or spoken in grand declarations. Sometimes it's folded into flannel shirts, tucked behind buttons, and carried quietly through the years. This is a story about Annie, a basket of laundry, and the kind of love that lingers long after the last goodbye. It's about how the ordinary becomes sacred and how even a forgotten shirt pocket can hold a lifetime of devotion. Let's get into the story. It's called Love Letters in the Laundry. Annie had been doing laundry on the same back porch for 42 years. The rhythm of it soothed her. Sort, soak, hang, fold. Her clothesline stretched between two dogwood trees, and when the breeze blew just right, it looked like angels dancing in cotton. Her husband, Noble, had passed 3 winters ago. He was a quiet man, steady as a fence post, with hands that fixed everything but his own heart. Annie missed him most on laundry days. His shirt still hung in the closet, pressed and waiting, like he might walk through the door and ask for sweet tea. One February afternoon, Annie decided to wash a few of Noble's old flannels, not because they were dirty, but because she missed the scent of him, cedar, coffee, and a hint of motor oil. As she folded the first shirt, something crinkled in the pocket. It was a note, faded, folded, and written in Noble's unmistakable crawl. Annie, if you're reading this, I probably forgot to give it to you. I meant to say it yesterday, but you were humming and I didn't want to interrupt. You make the hard days soft. You make this house a home. I love you more than biscuits and gravy. Noble. Annie sat right down on the porch steps, the shirt in her lap and the note pressed to her heart. She laughed. She cried. She whispered, "You old fool," and kissed the paper like it was his cheek. Over the next few weeks, she found more, tucked in pockets, slipped behind buttons, even one folded into the cuff of his Sunday pants. Each note was a little love letter, some poetic, some silly, all sacred. One read, "You still make me nervous when you wear that blue dress." Another said, "I prayed for you this morning. You were stirring gravy and didn't notice." And one, written on the back of a grocery list, simply said, "You're my favorite part of every day." Annie began collecting them in a mason jar labeled Love Letters in the Laundry. She placed it on the mantel beside Noble's photo, and every Friday she'd read them aloud, one by one, like scripture. Neighbors started bringing their own stories, a button sewn with care, a shirt that still smelled like someone gone. Annie would smile and say, "Love leaves traces. You just have to look in the folds." One day, her granddaughter Kelly came by with a basket of laundry and a heavy heart. Her marriage was going through a storm, and she didn't know where to begin. Andy handed her the jar. "Start here," she said. "Write one blessing a week. Tuck it in his shirt pocket. Don't wait for perfect words. Just speak love." Kelly did, and slowly the storm softened. Years later, Annie's jar sat in Ellie's home, beside a new photo and a fresh bouquet of daffodils. The tradition lived on, not just in the laundry, but in the legacy of quiet love. The reflection of this story is, Love Letters in the Laundry reminds us that devotion isn't always declared. It's tucked into the everyday, folded routines, and whispered through small gestures. It teaches us that love doesn't end with goodbye. It lingers in the scent of flannel, the hum of a clothesline, and the notes we didn't know we needed. In a world that rushes past the ordinary, this story invites us to slow down and remember, sometimes the greatest love stories are written in the margins. I hope you enjoyed that story this week. Come back next Friday for another one.